Alrighty guys, welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Ruben, but what a trade. Held for 4 hours, pyramided into the position, took multiple partials and held to my desired target, which was about a couple ticks beneath the all-time high buy side. Let's get into why I took this trade. Let's talk about my entries, my exits, everything in between and why I decided to hold this trade. I also mentioned this live in my Telegram channel. It's not typically a signal service, but I thought I'd do something different. I myself found this week pretty tricky towards the start. So I did not trade for a couple of days recently. And today I thought, look, all-time highs are very close. Liquidity target's very clear. And the range that I'm working off is extremely, extremely clear. Let's talk about it. Now, I've mentioned dealing ranges in the past. And if you haven't checked out my previous video, I'll leave a link to that in the description. But what that's going to be, it's going to be a summary of a trade I took actually at 6 p.m. open, which is back here somewhere. But more so, you're going to see the previous one before that, which is about how to identify high probability setup. So I'll leave the links to both of those in the description below. Anyway, in this trade, we're using dealing ranges. So you have to understand that. We've got a dealing range high at the top here and a dealing range low, which I'll mark out in red, just like this, right? So these are the highs and lows. And what I've marked out between these two blue lines, that there is optimal trade entry. And you can see this pattern play out time and time again. Take a screenshot, do what you need to do, but you'll see an impulsive leg, a trickle back down, optimal trade entry, and expansion back up. What makes this even more A+ is that it occurs during a macro. You can see that here. And we have all this low resistance, low resistance, low resistance, all-time highs, bullish on the higher time frame. So if we zoom in now onto the 1 minute chart, you can see where my executions have taken place. I've used this inversion gap to enter once, and then I've pyramided in here and here. Price has expanded. This is using the principle of macro expansion, which we do. I take some partials at the top here. You can see that. We ride it a little bit higher, take some more partials, ride a little bit higher, take some more partials. And believe it or not, right at this point up here, my TP was right here. It did not get tagged. So I held on, I stayed patient. The runner was at break even. And then finally, I took it off a little bit underneath that buy side. You'll see here, right there. So really satisfied. I'm not going to be, silly and not take it off that close to the high. I'm going to, secure that profit and come back to the next trade. So really nice trade framework. And in this situation, guys, we're using dealing ranges. And you might say, what about the higher time frame room? What about, the 15-minute chart? How do you use that? How does it apply here? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 15-minute chart. And you're going to see how at the bottom here, not only do we have OTE, not only do we have low resistance, not only do we have bullish market structure, not only do we have a macro where macros can reverse, but we also have a higher time frame fair value gap, which again, I mentioned in my previous video, you'll see that. And you can see this here. Look how price finds support. And this I mentioned directly in one of my previous videos about finding high probability setups. Look for longs from bullish gaps, look for shorts from bearish gaps. That'll summarize the whole video. And this is exactly what we see here. Bullish fair value gaps, we find support, and we pair that with the previous range, we pair that with the low resistance. Perfect. If you want an extra layer, if you want to add on the confirmations, with this bullish fair value gap, we can mark out the halfway point like this. You can see how we don't even come below the halfway point, which to me says that price is quite bullish. So this is everything I look for. Everything I look for in an A+ setup. This is not going to have ads in this video. I want this to be really straight to the point, really straightforward. Entering off the inversion, pyramiding into the position, trusting that the price will move higher and trusting in the fact that, look, while the markets are bullish, while we're trading near the all-time highs, the best bet, the best idea to go with is waiting for a pullback like I have, executing hard, and then taking the contracts off as you reach those highs. If you enjoy this short video, guys, let me know. Hope everyone has a great weekend or a great week if I post this next week. And if you have any questions, leave them below. I'm actually starting something in my Discord if you're still here. It's called Full View Fridays. Every single Friday, I'm going to open up this questions channel, and the best 3 questions I'll answer through a video that'll just be for the Discord. Everyone else I'll answer too, but just through text. I've also got a free weekly newsletter. Check that out. I've got a discount code coming very soon for the end of the financial year, and that'll be for the lifetime and the 3-month Discord subscriptions. Until next time, guys, have a great weekend. Peace out. All the best.